And this is Tim and Chloe from Tim Marner, branding agency in Bolton. And today, what are we talking about, Chloe?
Today we're talking about the hashtag funnel.
The hashtag funnel. Chloe, what's the hashtag funnel?
The hashtag funnel is made up of 6 sectors, which we can also split into 3 of high, medium and low. And it basically gives us an insight on where we can find our clients to where we can use a hashtag for a wider reach and brand awareness.
Correct. Now, a lot of people, what they do is just go on an app, type in photographer, and it gives people the top 30 hashtags. They end up copying them and putting them in the post. It don't do you any favours, this, because you're competing against some really big names out there. So what the hashtag funnel helps you do is getting a little bit more specific to your actual hashtags, which are going to give you a lot more bang for your buck. Give me someone an example, Chloe, of how this could work.
So if we use the example of photographer, because that is obviously part of our business, the wider reach of the hashtag funnel is the top, and that's made up of the industry and the niche. So the industry for photography or photographer would be photography or photographer. The more niche bit would be fitness photographer or fitness photographer. Obviously that is great for brand awareness on a worldwide basis, it's great for national awareness, but a lot of people are using these, a lot of bloggers are using them, even clothes shops are using them just to get the name out there. As you go a bit further down the content funnel using photography, again you have brand and community, and your brand is obviously very specific to you, so ours would be Tim Marner Photography or Tim Marner Photographer. Obviously people who are searching for this can usually already be clients or are interested in us as an actual company. The one that also is alongside that is community, which is basically, well, ours would be photographer life. So it might be a behind the scenes or anything like that, and it's usually a community of photographers, but it is great for getting your name out there. And then obviously the very most specific part of the funnel is location and event. Location for us would be Bolton photographer or Bolton photography, and the event could be open day photography. This is where your clients are. This is where people go to search for things. If you take event, you could hashtag open day photography, and this could be a restaurant open day, a college open day, and it could be other restaurants or colleges looking for their photographers, which is obviously expanding your business in itself.
So this doesn't just apply to photography or photographer, this could apply to anything. If you're a restaurant, a personal trainer, getting your hashtags right is a really good way to get your name out there and get a bigger following. So have a real big think on what your hashtags be. Don't just go for the top ones. Yeah, it's good to have a few top ones in there just in case, fingers crossed, but get really specific as you go down the hashtag funnel to what you actually want to appear for. Now, another good little tip that we do is that once you've got these hashtags, there's something in your phone called shortcuts. So if you go to settings on your phone, keyboard, text replacement, and in there you can actually set up your hashtags. So I've got one for branding, I've got one for logos, I've got one for photography. So my branding one is BHTG. Now what I'll do is I copy and paste the full hashtags in there. So when I go to Instagram, I don't need to go over to my notes to copy them all, to go back in to paste it. In my comment, I can just type BHTG. Yeah, and it will just save a lot of time. That's just working a bit smarter. Now, we put our hashtags in the first comment in our box. What's the reason for doing that, Chloe?
The reason we do that is because it stops your actual post looking very messy, and what a lot of people don't actually realise is it does pick up that first comment, so it makes your Instagram look tidier without losing any business.
If anybody needs any more advice on hashtags, we've explained it a little bit better. You've got to get your high, medium and low hashtags. Don't just go for the high ones because you're not going to appear anywhere. You need to get these right. If you've got any more questions, message us. Yeah? But for now, goodbye. Are you going to say goodbye, Chloe? Or?
Bye.